Hey guys, how we doing? So this is a video recording of me going over the formatting of your article of the week written responses. Now this formatting pretty much is going to say the same for every single one. The only thing that's going to change is essentially the number for the article of the week. And once again, these are every week. And you'll be given the article on Monday, and then the assignment is due Friday by midnight for my honors and Sunday by midnight for my standard. That is the only designation. Everything else, it's the same for both classes. So let's talk about formatting your article of the week written response. So as always, it does have to be an MLA format, and we know the MLA format is Times New Roman and 12, but let's talk about how to format that. I always give in the written response template the purpose and goal of the reflection. So this one is the personal reflection. Next week, it may be a different written response. We may do personal reflection for a couple of weeks and then switch to a new one until you get used to it. So the purpose and goal of the personal reflection is to show the reader your personal opinion, thoughts, emotions, and feelings about the author's central idea using textual evidence from the text. Let me change that conjunction, not to and, to or. So you're sharing your opinion, your thoughts, your emotions, or your feelings about the author's central idea using textual evidence from the text. So I give you some things that your personal reflection should have. These are just basic things that it should have. Your personal reflection should be in first person, but you get more points if it's not. You can write a personal reflection about something without using the word I. It must have at least two cited pieces of evidence from the text. I mean, you literally pulled two things the author verbatim said, you put that in the written response, and then you respond to it. You explain why that particular line from the text impacted you. Follow all known MUG rules. MUG stands for Mechanics, Uses, and Grammar Rules. You get 2 mugshot rules every week that you should try to apply to your writing. Also, every week you get Words on Wednesday. I want you to use at least one of your vocabulary words or the word synonym in your response. Your personal reflection should be in Times New Roman, and the font size should be 12 point. You want to follow all proper MLA rules, MLA heading rules, and we're going to go through this today. And lastly, your personal reflection must have a catchy and creative title. Your personal reflection should not be a summary of the article, be someone else's words, and be single spaced. Other than that, it's pretty much game because, like I said, it is a personal reflection. The length, there are 3 length tiers that you can hit. Now, depending on the length tiers, that maximizes your potential final score. So above and beyond is 150 words. If you meet expectations, 125. So to meet expectations, I expect 125 words. Or you can be just meets expectations at 75 words. Now, if you're watching this and you're in my honors class, you have to hit at least 125 words. Non-honors classes, you can start at 75, but you can choose to go 125 or 150. The next section on the written response template talks about how to format your Google Doc. So hopefully by now you have your Google Doc pulled up. So let's pull up your blank Google Doc, and we are going to start from the beginning following these steps. So step 1, I pull up a blank Google Doc. We're going to pretend this is a blank Google Doc. Step 2, I change the untitled document to first and last name, article of the week, written number 1, written response. Next week it would be number 2. Step 3, I changed my font to Times New Roman. I may need to scroll down to hit Times New Roman, but it will be there. The next thing I do is I change my spacing to double. Now I have to do my page header. So I would go click Insert, Header and Footers. I'm sorry, the Insert, Page Numbers, top left box. So it looks like Google did an update since I did these instructions. It's going to automatically pull up top here. It's going to put a 1. I'm going to move my cursor in front of the 1, hit space, and type my last name, and make sure there's a space between my last name and that. So just to be clear, we went Insert, Page Numbers, and then 1. And then you just click out to come out. Then you want to be right here at the very top. So this is the header. If I double click, I get in my header. When I go back underneath, I go back to the document, and it should take me right here. From here, I'm going to type your first and last name. Then I hit enter. Then I type the teacher's name, Miss Winsley. Or you can just have Winsley. You could have my first name, Miss Nicole Winsley. It's your call. Then you're going to hit English I, capital letter I, capital letter I. That gives you Roman numerals. If you are in my honors sections, you would put honors in front of the word English. And then lastly, the last step, you would always write the date MLA style. In MLA, the month is in the middle. So instead of August 30th, it's 30 August. And you always write the date the paper is due. Not the date you created it, but the day the paper is due. Then you want to hit enter twice. And this is where you'll type your catchy creative title. Notice, even though it's a title, it's not in bold and it's not centered. If you want a bold, there's nothing wrong with that, but it doesn't need to be any bigger than 12-point font. Now, how did I get it in the center? So once I hit enter twice, I would type creative catchy title. I'm going to highlight it, go here to spacing, and hit center. I'm then going to hit enter. If you notice, it's still in the center. Make sure that after you center the title, you go here and take it back to the left, and then hit enter. Hit tab to indent, and this is where you type your paper. Now, if you go further down in the written response template, I give you what 150 words look like, which is essentially 2 paragraphs. What 125 words look like, also 2 paragraphs, but a little bit shorter. And then lastly, what 75 words look like. So essentially, you decide where you want to be with your written response. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to email me or send me a text on Remind. Other than that, this is Miss Winsley signing off. Remember, keep reading, keep writing, keep learning, keep growing. I'll check you later.